What's up, guys? Carlos here, Los.Ent, another music review. Today we got none other than Joey Badass himself from Pro Era, Brooklyn, New York. This is Joey's second album. Joey Badass is a fucking beast, a lyrical beast. He got bars for days, he got metaphors. Joey Badass is one of my favorite MCs of all time. He brings us that old school New York hip hop, but with the relevancy of today's world. So I think that's why I connect with him a lot, because he be saying a lot of stuff that I be going through, but he be still bringing us those jams and shit. People say he's a conscious rapper. I guess you would call him that. He talks about real shit. He talks about important stuff, important issues that's going on, whether his thoughts about the government, his thoughts about hip-hop culture in today's era. And he also does talk a lot about love. So Joey Badass, you know, I've been a fan of him ever since 1999. That album is a fucking, or that mixtape is a classic. So fucking, these beat selections, I love his beats, his beat selection. He sure does know how to pick them. They're so smooth, and they're so, like I said, nostalgia of that 90s hip hop, you know, that classic boom bap type rap. Him and his whole team, Pro Era, they all got a specific type of sound that I really fucks with. And like I said, this is the second album. His first album, Before the Cash, Before the Money or whatever. I was very hyped for that album because, like I said, I am a big fan of Joey Badass, and that was his first album. When I first heard it, I was a little disappointed because it didn't sound that much of his mixtapes. It didn't sound really like his past mixtapes. But you know, I was still hooked because of the bars that he was spitting at us. After listening to it after a while, it did grow on me, and I did start enjoying it, and I started taking it for what it was. And I think I was bringing too much baggage with it. I was trying to compare it too much of his old stuff. I think the same thing happened with Logic. I think if you were a fan of Logic before his albums, if you were a fan of his mixtapes, Young Sinatra series, and when you first heard his first album, Under Pressure, you were expecting a lot of bars and a lot of rapping. But when we got the album, Under Pressure, it wasn't like that. It was a lot of more songs, you know, slower paced. You know, these had more of a message or of a story he was trying to push out. And now that I think of it, I think it's because the mixtapes we have heard from Joey Badass and Logic, you know, before they released their album, it was just about rapping. It was a lot just about showing their skills in rapping. But in their album, I think what they're trying to do is trying to tell stories now. They're trying to create actual songs rather than just rap on songs, you understand? So I think they're actually trying to create something right now. So leading up to this new album, Joey Badass's new album, All Amerikkkan Bada, I was getting nervous, you know. I tend to get nervous when some of my favorite artists are about to release their album because I'm afraid of how it's gonna turn out. And the first single we ever got from this album was Devastated. And my initial reaction, I wasn't fucking with it because, like I said, it didn't sound like Joey Badass, you know. I still had this perception of Joey Badass, or like I had a thought of how Joey Badass was gonna sound. And I did honestly feel like most of the people who were fans of Joey Badass, and I felt that Devastated was like too much of a pop song, or too much of a song that other people are making, you know, a hype song rather than like a bar song, rather than a lyric song. But after listening to it a while, you know, in the car or whatever, I started to like the song. The song goes hard, you know. Now that I listen to it, it definitely got a good message. You know, he used to feel devastated, and now he's just trying to make it, I guess. Used to feel so dead. But that song goes in. He also released another song pretty recently called Land of the Free. Now I do like that song. That song is super slow compared to his other stuff. And that got a really good message, you know. He's talking about the current state of blacks in America, how he feels, how he sees other people getting treated. America is supposed to be the land of the free, and we are supposed to have freedom and not feel suppressed. And that song has been doing very good. He was on, I think, the Stephen Colbert show or something like that. So that was pretty big, and he rapped that song. So I'm excited, man. I'm definitely curious of what type of sound he's gonna push out on this album. We got a lot of features on this. We got features from J.Cole. I'm definitely excited to hear that song. Schoolboy Q is on the song. They actually released a single not even like a week or two ago, called Rockabye Baby. That song was I don't know how I was feeling about it. Chronixx, he was on the last Joey Bada album. Miss Amerikkka, I don't know who that is. He got some Pro Era crew members, Nick Caution, Kirk Knight, and somebody else. So yeah, man, let's get into this. Super excited. So first song we got is called Good Morning Amerikka. Amerikkka.
But the concept seems low. The coppers still shoot us down on Channel 5 news. Lock us up for any dish, but it's often misused. Amerikkka, my masseuse, massage on my back, trying to act like she ain't gonna do me like Brandon, my ancestor. He wouldn't condone it in search of it.
That was a quick little song. It was an intro, obviously. He didn't have too many bars as I was expecting. Once again, I think it's this transition from, you know, just showing your skill and just throwing out bars and metaphors. But they're actually just, you know, they're trying to say something. And sometimes when you're trying to say something, you know, you're not, you know, spitting that much. All right, let's get into track number 2, For My People.
So all heroes don't wear capes. And all I don't wanna be good, nigga, I'm trying to be great. It's hard when you're back.
Stay alive, not stay peaceful. Just stay peaceful.
What you mean? I've been up on the ultralight beam. They don't wanna see you fly, they just
hey.
Wings.
What you mean? I've been on the ultralight beam.
Still swerving on the city platform of expression. I'ma use mine just to teach you a lesson.
Ooh.
Rule 1 is like
I like that. I don't know what is that's not a saxophone, but chill song. I like the chorus, honestly. It sounds peaceful. Alright, track number 3, we got Temptation. So all of these got no features until like the second half of the album. Still recording. Love is life and life is living. Fucking awesome. Yeah.
Paint a picture, voices in my head, I hear the whispers.
Take this no more.
In my temptation, my Lord, I'm thinking I'm resting.
I have to feel like this. We shouldn't have to protest because y'all are treating us wrong.
Damn. I don't know where is that from. I like that though. Little kid crying as he was speaking, talking about. I think you heard what he said. That's crazy. I like that. I gotta search that up. I don't know if that was real or fiction, you know. Either way, it was powerful. Track number 4, The Land of the Free. That
change the world as we change ourselves. Die from the sicknesses if we don't seek the health. All eyes be my witness when I speak was felt.
Yeah.
Full house on child, I begin my first now. Sometimes I speak and I put you down. Now you track this out the cubicle they built for. Obama just wasn't enough, I need some more closure. And Donald Trump is not equipped to take this country over. Let's face facts, cause we know what's in the land of the free is for the freeloaders. Leave us dead in the street to be the organ donor. Lacking the vision and barely making a living. Every time you submit it, we all guilty admitted. The loss on my hands, the cause I was dealt. 3 K's, 2 A's in America.
This beat is smooth. Yeah. That's that track number 5, Devastated.
So devastated.
This song decent. It's mad hype. I fucking like it. Coming from Joey Bada, he don't make this type of song.
I used to feel so devastated. At times I thought we never make it.
And all that ever took was patience.
Couple little honeys when they get in my bed, but they used to run from me when I had nothing. Now you wanna fuck cause you stuntin'. Nigga ain't up a wavelength. Now we flowing and sailing. So just go.
Man, this song is so hype. I went to go see Joey Bada a couple months back. He came, he was on Schoolboy Q's tour. Bro, this song is so hype. And the concert, bro, if you get to experience this song in a concert or a festival, when that beat drops, that shit is so, that song is a banger. All right, we got track number 6, Why You Don't Love Me.
You can do anything you want to anyway. Tell me why we got a war, why we gotta fight, why we always gotta spoil for, why the cops always gotta get called, why you always trying to see me trouble with the law. Hey. I guess something don't love me. Whole country turn on me. No love in this.
The song is called Why Don't You Love Me. And in the song, he's talking about America. That's crazy. You know, so I get it. Oh, actually, so it's not featuring Miss America. I tweaked again. It's just in parentheses, Miss America. And he puts Miss because, you know, you associate love with the opposite gender partner, you know, so it's Miss as in like he's talking about a female. Why don't you love me? You know, that's what you would typically say. But he's putting it onto a, you know, an object, the world, you know, rather than a person. Or he's not talking about the world, but he's talking about United States, America. Listen, I gotta listen to that. I actually gotta listen to the whole album, man, honestly. This album, what is getting to be so far as far as the 5 songs we've heard, you know, 6. I haven't really been getting hyped that much as I want to for Joey Bada, you know, because he's so dope, you know. This album so far, as I'm listening to it, you know, halfway through, it's a lot more of, like I said earlier, you know, I feel like he's in this transitional period where he's trying to tell stories now, you know. He's trying to create an actual song, a song that has, like, once again, a story, a melody, you know, a type of sound, rather than what I think I was, you know, hoping for when I do get Joey Bada is bars, you know. And I'm not saying he can't create a story, but I feel like you can create a story with bars on it, you know, but not as much as, you know, slowing it down, slowing the pace down. I definitely got to listen to it again. I'm gonna be listening to it all day probably. He's talking about certain issues. First song, Good Morning America, you know, I think this whole album is just talking about him and his relationship with America, you know, him personally, but he's also coming from the perspective, his perspective is along the lines of other blacks in America, you know, and their feelings and reactions towards America, because it's a different type of song than just like getting hyped to, you know, how kind of I was getting some more life, or you know, it would be Amigos, you know. And we're not getting hella bars from Joey trying to tell us something. I think it's great. It's perfect time. Track number 7, Rockabye Baby featuring Schoolboy Q. I heard this song, I think it's decent. Alaikum salam. I do remember that line.
Neighborhood pains when I flow. Mentally, I can never be controlled. Rockabye, baby. Shot to go crazy.
In buildings, getting millions, influencing white children and islands.
So that song was decent. I don't know how much I like it. It's okay. The chorus is pretty decent. It's catchy. Alright, track number 8. It's called Ring the Alarm. The song got Nick Caution and Kirk Knight. And some dude named, person named Meech or something like that. But I fucks with Kirk Knight. And Nick Caution. Nick Caution decent. Kirk Knight got them beats.
Until I'm still bold, they cold turkey. Firstly, it's the double entendre. So be cautious. If you cough for it, we leave it corpses. The causes of the coffin is the broken wood. I was dipping in the ghost. It's a minor. Sitting on my donor when a
This sounds like some 2000s type song. Like Busta Rhymes type shit.
Blackjack, go through a snap back. I snap with the zombies. Never for the sun, I die for my.
Oh shit, this is a dude from Flatbush Zombies.
I'm off, was hungry when I started. Living legend finally back up on the map now. Resurrection of real, let's bring it back. It ain't the stick up. This is 47.
Got a little beat change here. That beat went hard. That was a dope song. Maybe that was Kirk Knight's beat. That's why I was featuring him. Cause I ain't hear him for real. Super Predator, track number 9, featuring Styles P, New York rapper.
Filthy America, burning news enough, blowing zip to the head, still ain't red enough. Afraid of Jesus, niggas built the country but never giving they props to. Still paying my props dues.
He said they just running their country, they ain't getting their props to. Track number 9, Super Predator, it was alright. Alright, track number 10, Babylon, featuring Chronixx.
Second and serving you more like damaging and hurt, but coming no discussion. If you ain't got a gun in your back,
another idiot or another
motherfucker, it's the J.O.Z.I. So who you think it best in the penitentiaries though? Same on.
Alright, track number 11, featuring J.Cole. Cold World.
They never die. Them niggas only multiply. It's honestly a lot to bear. I play the game, relieve the stress. I find peace again when I find him.
J.Cole coming in so smooth. This song was decent. The last and final track, Amerikkkan Idol. Amerikkkan Idol. Amerikkka. All these K's.
Last nigga who tried to vow, now I'm facing a trial. I'ma be here for a while. Got a message for the world and I won't back out. So turn the kid rap slap. The presidents to represent me, cause I never know a live one that represent me. I said me and my niggas going up. Leave me no choice, I'm about to bring noise. Got the feeling, get with it. They want us to rebel, for them to kill us and put us in jails. Out to stern us day in this country and in rebellion. That's the excuse in a timely fashion. Cause who do we call when the police break the law? Not form opinions based on just what we've heard. I'm never it's force feeding you live.
Damn, Daniel. So I think Amerikkkan Idol, the last song, especially the last couple minutes, but even the whole song, just in general, Amerikkkan Idol, I think that song kind of sums up the whole album and what he was trying to go for. And he was just talking about America, how it's so corrupt, the most as ever, and there's still so much, you know, racism and oppression towards minorities. He's talking about the government and all the false lies that they teach us and they kind of like brainwash us with, that how America tries to be so just, yet it's not. He was definitely sending a message, you know. That's why I was kind of quiet the whole time. I wasn't really like, you know, dancing and getting hyped as I usually do, but this song was more of a listen than an album to jam to. You understand? I definitely got to listen to it again. Right now, I'm not that big of a fan of it, to be honest with you. Even though I love the message and that he's actually preaching it, that he's actually discussing something, you know, real, something that needs to be discussed. You know, I do give props Joey Bada for that. He's trying to like do something with his voice. You understand? He's trying to do something with his voice. I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't like it that much, but well, maybe because I haven't really, you know, got into it and really dissect everything that he's saying. This is a pretty big picture, you know. It's to take in, you know, especially the first time. But I still think like even though I love Joey Bada, sort of how I said it earlier, like they're transitioning to try to make a certain type of sound, you know. I don't think he's doing it the best he can do it, you know. I'm definitely excited to see what else he comes after this, if he's gonna continue it. Just by the beats alone, you know, if you like listen to them all back to back, they all sound pretty similar and they're trying to give you a vibe, you know, where it's like it's hopeful. You understand? False Alarm was pretty dope. That was a stronger song, and I just think that's on Joey Bada's part, on him, you know, putting those type of songs because he doesn't want to upset his fans a little bit. You know, it's a transition. He's trying stuff. You know, so I definitely have to see how he's talking, how he's gonna continue this. I props him for doing it. You know, that's how rappers always are. They always want to try something different, try something new. So yeah, thank you.